Tom again with T&B Tech. So it's been a few days. Posted a couple videos. I said it was only going to be 3 parts. Now it looks more like 4. I want to make sure I get enough information out there for people to see the problem and easily digest the issue. I'm talking about this exposure preview in shutter priority mode for digital cameras. I'm filming on my iPhone right now just so I can have something to hold. I've got my Sony A6000 here. Shutter priority mode, right? And this camera, when you put in shutter priority mode, and the light gets low, you change the exposure's not right. Too little light, too much light, so the exposure metering system says I can't do that. Besides the little light flashing at the bottom, the preview approximates pretty much what you should be seeing. Another camera here, RX100, Mark 1. Same thing. Same thing, operates exactly the same in shutter priority mode. Put in shutter priority mode, dimly lit, crank the shutter speed up. The exposure preview will be dark. It will say, hey, it's going to be a dark image. The thing is, the Fujis don't do that. And haven't got a lot of response. The response I have is, it's been, maybe it's a setting. I tried the settings. I looked at the settings. I downloaded the manual. Of course, I would try all that before I went to the bother, and it is a bother, to do a YouTube video and actually create a channel just to do this. So here's my third video of evidence, my 4th video, but the 3rd video showing what you do when you change the settings. I've got some video there where I'm going to try to condense it down and show you what the settings look like, and to show you that the settings don't matter. It works the same way no matter how the settings are set up, out of the box, or if you mess with them. So I'm going to show that video now, and then we'll wrap. Here it comes.
This is how it comes out of the box. Default settings. If you go to the menu, as everybody will tell me to do, and they'll say, oh, go to the gear spanner thingamajiggy and go over to screen setup, and then go all the way down to preview exposure in manual mode, and set it one way or the other. The point is, this setting is irrelevant to shutter priority mode. Okay, I'm in shutter priority mode. Matter of fact, I can turn it off if I want to and go back, and it will do absolutely nothing. You can see we're at 0.002 of a second. I can crank it around, nothing changes. The exposure still is not previewed any differently because we're not in manual mode. Natural live view has nothing to do with that. There is no preview image effect, on the XT-30 like there was on the XT-20. It's all folded into natural live view. And so that's not the problem. The problem is not user error. The problem is how the camera was designed. And there's someone out there who thinks this is a good thing. And this, by the way, just to be fair, this is not just Fuji. Olympus cameras, I think, the OMD cameras do exactly the same thing. Sony cameras do not. It is not me. It is this camera manufacturer versus this camera manufacturer, and maybe they should talk to each other. Maybe we should have a little discussion, but they don't do things the same. And I happen to think this is the correct way because as a photographer, I always want the camera to tell me what it thinks it's going to do. And I can tell it to shut up if I want, but I want it to tell me what it thinks it's going to do. I don't believe this is helping me at all unless I'm missing something. So I would love somebody to tell me what I'm missing, but I firmly do not believe it's a camera setting problem or a user error problem. This is the way the camera operates in shutter priority mode. And yeah, I guess I should know that 0.004 of a second is bad, but I don't know, what exactly exposure I'm going to get. Look at how I can change that. I can get different gradations if I want. With this one, I got no idea. All I know is it's not exposed properly. Now, can I mess with exposure compensation? Let's make it low. Yeah, I can mess around with it and get, you know, that little indicator to go white if I mess with exposure comp and shutter speed. But I still don't see what I'm going to get when it's not white. When it's white, I think it's a good representation of what the image will look like. Okay, but when it's not, I'm not seeing anything. Basically, I'm being told by the camera, don't take the picture now. You're an idiot if you do. Well, as a photographer, that's my decision and not the designer of the camera. So, thank you.
So there you have it. This is going to be my last set of video evidence on this particular issue, primarily because I don't have the camera anymore. I sent it back. I was all set to move from Sony to Fuji. I had picked out the lenses I was going to buy. I tried both an XT-30 and an XT-3, but I cannot get past this peculiar operational mode. I don't know. I think it's wrong. I don't know if other people think it's wrong. No one has told me. No one's come back to me and said, you're wrong and here's why, or you're right and here's why. Nothing. I know there's a lot of really, really smart people out there in YouTube land that have the answer to this, that know the answer to this, but I'm having a little trouble reaching them. So anybody knows the answer or knows anybody with the answer, I would appreciate if you clue them into this video. And if you like this, let me know. If you don't, make a suggestion and I'll consider it. Till next time, I'm Tom for T&B Technologies. Thanks.